Hey everyone, this week I am sharing 3 tips for building a culture in your fitness business. Welcome along to FBP Live. You are tuning in to our very first episode of 5 Minutes of Fitbizpiration, where every single week I'm going to be sharing with you guys bite-sized business tips in under 5 minutes. So welcome along if you are joining me live for our very first episode. Let me tell you the rules of this new format that we're doing here. My job is to keep these shows under 5 minutes, and your job is to give me a love heart if you love the sounds of the tips or if they resonate with you and your business. Hey Patrick, thanks for jumping on board. Okay, so they're the rules. I'm going to keep it under 5 minutes, and I need you guys to give me a love heart if you love the sound of the tips or if those tips resonate with you. Can I have a thumbs up if you love the sound of that, whether you're watching live or whether you're watching in a replay? Then make sure you give me a love heart as we go. Now, as I mentioned, today we're talking about building culture in your fitness business. I've got a stopwatch and we're going to get started. Here we go. Okay, so this week's tips come from Jan Spaticcia. He is the chairman, the CEO, and the co-founder of the Energy Group in the UK. He joined me on the show as a guest on show 157 on the Fitness Business Podcast. So when it comes to building a culture in your fitness business, the first tip that he shared was that you must survey and you must ask questions. You've got to ask deep and searching questions about your business, about the service that you provide, and about the products that you offer. Ask those questions of your stakeholders. Ask them of your staff, your members, your ex-members. Ask them of your community and even of people in your community that aren't necessarily members of your gym or don't necessarily use your service that you provide. So tip number 1 is to ask deep and searching questions and to conduct regular surveys. Now, the point that he made on asking people in your community that aren't necessarily members of your gym or don't necessarily utilize your services, your personal training services, I thought that was a really interesting one, because how do we reach those people? Jan shared a really great example of what they do, which actually involves volunteering at your local supermarket and to gain some information. So if you want to know more about that, then I want you to type 157 in the comments below, and I'm going to send you through a link so that you can listen to what Jan has to say about how they actually reach people outside of their current membership base. It's a really, really good way to connect with the community. So what do you think about that one? That's our first one. So survey and ask questions of your members and of your current clients. So question for you guys is this, and welcome along. I can see you guys over on Instagram as well. Thank you for tuning in. So have you surveyed your clients or your members in the last 6 months? If you have, I want you to give me a quick thumbs up. You can just give me a quick thumbs up and go, yep, we've done it in the last 6 months. So that's question number 1. Question number 2, have you reached outside of your membership base? Have you reached outside of your client base anytime, let's say in the last 12 months, and asked questions of that group? Give me a love heart if you have, okay? And if that tip resonated with you, make sure you give me a love heart as well. So that is tip number 1, ask questions and survey your customers. Tip number 2 is hire for attitude, train for skill. You can train anybody to do any job in your club, but you cannot train attitude. As soon as you've got the wrong attitude, then you're never going to train out of that. So hiring for attitude is absolutely key. Give me a love heart if you agree with tip number 2. You must hire for attitude. And tip number 3 is when it comes to culture in your club or in your business, authenticity is absolutely key. You cannot fake a culture in your business. The culture is either in the fabric of the organization or it isn't. And therefore it has to come from the ground up. Once you've got that culture, then people want to be a part of it. Then it starts to work its own magic. So make sure it's authentic and make sure that you live it every single day. So really quickly, which one of those 3 resonated the most with you? Was it number 1, ask deep and searching questions of your members and of your clients? Was it number 2, hire for attitude and train for skill? And number 3, be authentic. I want you to write 1, 2, or 3 in the comments below and let me know which one of those resonated the most with you today. Now, if you missed episode 157 featuring Jan Spaticcia from the Energy Group in the UK, then all I need you to do is write 157 in the comments below, write 157, and I'll send you through a link to that show. If you think that people can benefit from watching my 5 Minutes in Fitbizpiration, our brand new Facebook Live episode and Instagram, then all I want you to do is actually tag them in the comments. So just use that little @ symbol, pop their name in the comments so that they can make sure that they tune into the show as well. Now, according to my watch, we've done it in 4 minutes and 12 seconds. I promised you. I keep my promises. So what's Patrick written here? One solid trainer to build a business and grow. Yeah, absolutely. So guys, please make sure that you keep your comments, keep feeding in your comments. Let me know what you think. Let me know which one of those ones resonated the most with you. And I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. Now, make sure that you listen to next week's show, because next week I'm going to share 5 minutes of Fitbizpiration on lessons that we can learn from the boutique studios. Thank you so much for tuning in to episode 1 of 5 Minutes of Fitbizpiration. I look forward to seeing you guys next week. See you on Instagram as well.